What's going on my frag heads and said heads? The champ is here and I'm about to tell you what's fragging. So today I wanted to do a video documenting a part of my fragrance journey. Now, I haven't done a fragrance journey in a while, but I wanted to today because it's like a time capsule. You bury it, you put something in the capsule, you bury it, you dig it up, and you see how far you've come, how far you advanced, how much things have changed since then. And looking at the collection from the beginning till now, things changed a lot. But you know what? I appreciate the stuff I had in the beginning. And in the beginning, what we all do is that we look for the cheap fragrances or the blue fragrances. And today I'll be talking about the blue fragrances in my collection. Actually, some of the first fragrances I've ever collected are in here. And actually some of my favorite fragrances are blue fragrances. Maybe it's because I live in Arizona and it's hot as hell. Who knows? But without further ado, you wouldn't walk into someone's house without saying hi, would you? Of course you wouldn't. Your mama, your daddy, your granny, your auntie, your uncle raised you better than that. So hit the subscribe button. Make sure you join the tribe. Also leave a comment. I love interacting with you guys. Let me know what blue fragrances you have in your collection. Do you still wear your blue fragrances? Were the blue fragrances your first loves? Is that what started your fragrance journey? What started your fragrance journey? Go ahead, drop me something down low and let's talk about it. Also, make sure you like the video because the algorithm punishes those who don't promote it or advertise it. So make sure you do that. Also share the video on any social media platform. It don't matter if they like fitness, fashion, fragrance, reviews on anything and everything I can think of. You in the right spot, baby. But without further ado, I have not all my blue fragrances, but most of them, a majority of them right here. And the ones I started with, I wanted to talk about. And the first fragrance that I ever bought for myself, it's actually Chrome Azzaro, or Azzaro by Chrome. You can see the dent in this bad boy, how much I love this. Man, memories, baby. I mean, it's soapy. It's a sweet soap, like a sweet, elegant soap. A lot of people won't say elegant because it's affordable. Now, I don't use the word cheap around here. I use affordable. Now, yeah, I did say cheapie prior to going into the list, but that's what the fragcomm or what they call the fragrance community says. You know, they call them cheapies, but it's affordable, man. And it's not cheap at all. Like, this is just so... This is good. Every time I've worn this, I've gotten a compliment. And it's so crazy because, like I said, it's a cheap fragrance that gets hated on. I think it is because it is affordable. Correction. Because it is affordable and it is a blue fragrance. A lot of people who spent their time collecting fragrances won't appreciate what Chrome Azzaro is. I think every man should have this. It is masculine. I think women can wear it as well. Some of the compliments I got on this was, you smell amazing. What is that? I had another lady while I was wearing this tell me that her ex-boyfriend used to wear it. She didn't even know I was wearing this, but she smelt it and she was like, you know what? You should actually buy it. Now that I look back on that situation, she was pretty much telling me to smell like her ex-boyfriend, but what she didn't know is that I already had it on. I had my mom tell me I smell professional, y'all. Like, legit. She told me I smell professional with this on. One day I was in the gym playing basketball. I smelt it on the guy. I said, hey, what are you wearing? He was like, Chrome Azzaro. And it smelled good. I mean, I don't do gym scents, but this is, like I said, this is just fresh, man, and sugary. Just, it's good, baby. If it's not in your collection, you need to go get it. Has plenty of flankers. Women are gonna love it. It's work friendly. It's a dumb reach. You can grab it anytime and just go. I feel like that's what all the blue fragrances, like, you can just grab them and go, right? One after that would be a cheapie, man. I haven't even heard about it. I didn't hear about it until it was gifted to me. But I liked it, as you can tell how much I've used. But that's going to be Polo Active Club, or Polo Club, Beverly Hills Polo Club Active. Now, low key, this started me collecting again. So when I bought this fragrance, I only had 2 other fragrances after that, or after this. It was Curve Black, Curve Wave, and then there was another fragrance I can't think of right now, but I only had like 3 or 4 fragrances at that time. Oh, Sean John. It was some Sean John. It came with a watch. So maybe in between 2 years, I bought this as a traveler. I bought 2 of these actually, kept them in my bag. I used to just spray them like after lunch, after work, stuff like that. And that was the end of it. Once I used it, I didn't get any more. And then one day, Father's Day, my daughter buys me a gift set, and it's this. And it doesn't matter how much it cost. My baby bought it for me. So I was gonna wear it. And it came with the deodorant, the lotion, the body wash, so forth, so forth. And I actually like it. That's the crazy part about it, man. You can probably find this for $7 somewhere. But it is good. The problem is it doesn't last for anything. It doesn't last at all. I remember going to a park, I sprayed it on, we got to the park and no one could smell me. And I did like at least like 16 sprays, y'all. I mean, when I went boom, 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 all on my skin, all on my clothes, and no one could smell me, I was heartbroken because I like it so much, man. So now I just put it in my gym bag, and then right after I take a gym at the shower, I spray it on. It's your typical blue fragrance. Now that I've been collecting fragrances, I can kind of tell that it's pretty much pure alcohol with aquatic notes, to sum it up. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Like, I wish I could say more about it, but that's it. And then maybe because I'm not active, it's probably for an active person. I haven't really worn it while I was active, but at the park I thought it would activate it because the sun's out, I'm running around with kids, couldn't smell it. Maybe I went nose blind to it because, like I said, 16 sprays, but no. So yeah, this is what actually started my fragrance collection all over again. Now, I wish I can stay in chronological order. Am I saying that right? I think right after I bought that. Oh, yes. So after I was gifted that by my daughter, I actually went and bought a bottle of Chrome Azzaro. Correction. So literally it goes this first, and then this, as far as the collection. But as far as my experience, it goes Chrome first and then Polo Club Active. So another one is an affordable fragrance that I see on everybody's list that you couldn't pass up on. I mean, I would see it in like department stores too, and I was just like, you know what, let me give it a shot. And that's gonna be no other than Nautica Voyage. So who doesn't have this fragrance, right? Who doesn't? Now, funny story about this fragrance. I bought it because it was affordable. You know, I want to say $15. Boom, got it. Smelt it, great, loved it. I must have sprayed too much of it one day. I'm sitting there at work in my desk and I just get nauseous. I'm like, oh my God, what is that feeling? Oh. And I noticed every time I got a whiff of this bad boy, it would make me sick. This literally made me sick. So I had to dial back on the sprays. So I sprayed myself one day and I'm walking to my car, and as you can see, it's glass. Well, it may not be glass, but you see what I'm saying. But one day I'm walking and I got my gym clothes in one arm. I had a zip or a bag on my back, and then I had something else. I think I had like folders, manila folders, and this also in my hand. So I'm like doing a juggling act, right? So next thing I know, I hear a boom. I look, this thing dropped and it didn't break. So it can't be glass like I was saying. I mean, when I mean it's a thud, and I'm 6'3", just to let y'all know. So, I mean, it fell pretty hard. Cap came off, didn't even know, or the atomizer came off, didn't even know it. Got to work, went to apply it again. Atomizer was gone, so I had to take an atomizer from another fragrance and put it on. But anyways, long story short, that was my experience with it in the beginning. I like it. You know, I spent some time with it again, I want to say like a couple days ago. And I like it. I wouldn't say a love, but definitely a like. Maybe I like them more than some of these blue fragrances that I'm about to show. But this is that cucumber, aquatic, green apple vibe. But at times it can smell like a latex glove or like Joy liquid wash detergent. It's a bit synthetic. I think that's where I get like the gloves, like the latex feel, or like some type of like cleaning product. There's something in here that's synthetic. I don't know what it is, but yeah, the musk too. I think that's one of the great things about this fragrance is the musk. A lot of people don't highlight the musk. They go into the stuff that makes it sound pretty. You know, the cucumber, the green apple. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff in this, by the way. But the white musk is the main player in here. It may not even be white musk, but the musk is the main player in here. But you have to have this in collection. I think every man has this in the collection. I don't know who doesn't have this in their collection. If you don't, get it. It's great. It's worth the money, every single penny. And to me, it's better than a lot of blue fragrances that are high end. To be totally honest with you, like if you were to ask me this or Bleu de Chanel, I would probably say this. Now that's the probably only because I have other fragrances similar to Bleu de Chanel, but I like it, man. Not a love, definitely a like. I think I'm gonna spend some time with it next week, but it is good. Nautica Voyage. Now after that, oh, yep, we got this bad boy. Okay. So after that fragrance, I started to move up in the game, right? Because these fragrances are affordable, right? Nautica Voyage, maybe $10 to $15. Chrome, $15 to $20. Polo Active Club, maybe $5. Now I'm like, let's move up in the game. I'm gonna spend a little bit more money, just a little bit more. And this was a blind buy. Keep that in mind, right? So now all these other fragrances I've smelled before I bought them, pretty much, except for this one. And that's Versace Man Eau Fraiche. I just love this bottle in the camera, man. But long story short, to me, people would say it's aquatic and woody, but to me it's a spicy citrus. Main player is a star note, which you get because no one really knows what star fruit smells like. And when you do smell a star fruit, it's not gonna smell like this. So a lot of people hate when you say it's a synthetic fragrance. I mean, by all means, get mad at whatever doesn't float your boat. But when you first smell this, you're gonna get it. It may not smell like a air freshener, but to me it has those vibes, right? You know what I mean? Like when you spray something synthetic like Axe or a can of air freshener or something like that you buy from Walmart, and it's just that smell that lingers in the air. Maybe it's my nose, I don't know, but that's what the star fruit note in here you're gonna get from that. Like it just lingers. It is a good projector, man. It lasts a good while to be a blue fragrance. Now they say blue fragrances don't last long or project well, but this is one of those. I've seen tons of videos on this before I actually blind bought it though. I mean, when I say I must have watched 30 to 40 videos, it was around there. I think I met most of the reviewers, not even met, but watched most of the reviewers because of this fragrance. And that's why sometimes my videos are long, is that at that point in time, like I was just so tired of watching 10 to 12 videos about one fragrance, man. You know, that's how I kind of felt. Like each video would be like 7 to 8 minutes. You watch it and you're like, I just didn't get the feeling. I didn't get the experience. Like I got the breakdown, I got the notes, I got how you would wear it, but give me more, you know, like give me more. And with this, you would see that The con would be that everybody owns this. Now it depends where you live. Me living in Phoenix, a lot of people don't wear fragrances. You'd be surprised how many people, or how many situations I've been in where I haven't smelled a fragrance on someone. I mean, I've been to 5-star restaurants, bro. I've been invited out by the president of companies to dinners, and you don't smell fragrances. Maybe they are wearing them, and maybe they're subtle, but you'd be surprised. I have not smelt this on anyone ever. Now, there was one guy I smelt the fragrance on, and I was like, hey, what are you wearing? You know, or actually two. One guy said Sauvage. Another guy said Versace in the blue bottle, but it was so funny, he didn't know which blue bottle it was, right? And then actually 3 people. Another guy asked what he was wearing, and he said it was Calvin Klein Obsession. So I might have to get that. But yeah, I got a couple videos on this. It gets comparisons a lot to the next fragrance I'm about to show you guys, but make sure you check out that comparison video, because this fragrance isn't really the same as the next fragrance I'm going to bring you. A lot of people say it's for the younger crowd. To me, it's not really for a younger crowd. It's just more so of a certain type of person. I think anybody can wear this, but to me, it's more suitable for somebody that's going to be fly, right? Young and fly. Like the jeans with the holes in them and the graphic t-shirt and a fly little throwback hat or something like that, or maybe a jersey, you know, and some joggers and some nice Jordans, like something like that. But you can definitely still pull this off in the office or a date night. It really doesn't matter. It's a great fragrance. Me personally, I wear it to work. It makes me feel fresh. It makes me feel good. It's like revigorating in a way, you know, because like I said, it's more of a citrus, spicy scent. And to me, it makes it unique. Like, it's not really like a blue you can find anywhere else. Like, for example, back to the Bleu de Chanel and the Dylan Blues and so forth, so forth. Like, I really can't put this in the same vein as anything else. Yes, you can put it in the same vein as the other fragrance I'm about to show you, but I just don't think they're the same at all. But yeah, this is good, man. I got compliments where one chick actually asked me to smell my shirt. I had one chick ask me if she could keep my shirt. I had another chick tell me to keep walking by her so she can smell me. Literally. I'm not lying to you guys. So it works, man. If you want to be, like I said, fly and just flashy, this is it. Fly and flashy. Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Right after that is the fragrance I keep referencing. Now, I kind of feel guilty, right? Because a lot of hype was going on about this fragrance and it kept getting compared to Versace Man Eau Fraiche. So I bought it, but when I bought the video, or not when I bought the video, when I bought the fragrance, I was a little disappointed. So I made a video about the comparisons. And y'all already know who introduced this fragrance to the community, and you already know who started doing the comparisons. But that's gonna be Blue Seduction by Antoni Banderas. As you can see, it's all beat up and banged up. There we go. Okay, at an angle. But pretty much what you get is like melon, cappuccino, maybe some aquatic notes in there. But long story short, it is synthetic. Like, and I know y'all hate that word. Oh, it's synthetic. But literally, it smells like the liquid you put into like the Glade plugins or the Glade fill-ins. It smells like that. Like, it literally smells like a chemical. Like, it doesn't smell like a fragrance. Like, to me, this would be something like you smell on somebody's car seats, or like I said, you smell in a Glade plugin, or you smell in an air freshener. But that's just me. Is it bad? No. But trust me, if you were to wear this in the summertime, you are going to pay for it. The cappuccino note and the melon note is really, really sweet. And then, like I said, you get that synthetic note. You almost get like the vibe of Nautica Voyage. Like, you get that liquid synthetic smell. I know you guys hate that word, but you're not gonna make me stop saying it because it is the truth. It doesn't smell natural. Like, this is not gonna smell like a melon. This is not gonna smell like a cappuccino. This is not gonna smell like mint. Y'all need to stop lying to yourselves and the people out there. People, quit lying. But yeah, so got this fragrance. Like I said, you would see it on a whole bunch of lists. Hey, it's summer, you need this. All the reviewers are saying it's so great, it's so special. and it's cheap. To me, that was the only highlight of it. As you can see, I don't wear it, haven't worn it much. Wore it in the summer, killed me. Wore it in the spring, it just kind of annoyed me. I think it's a good fragrance, like fresh out the shower. Fresh out the shower, don't know what to wear, don't want to spend a lot of money. Boom, here you go. Antoni Blue Seduction. That's all I'm gonna waste on that because I've never gotten a compliment. The magic doesn't happen for me. The longevity is there. I'll say that the longevity is there. Projection, yeah. I haven't had too many people tell me they could smell it, but it annoyed me that much in my nose, so the projection's there. Next up. So after those fragrances, another fragrance start being mentioned a lot. A whole lot. So one day I was in Sephora, got my nose on it. There's like 2 other flankers and I didn't know which one I wanted. But I smelled this one. The original version wasn't so as intense as I should say. But I smelled this version and was like, I gotta get it. And that's Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Intense. I love the bottle. I don't know what it is, man. I just love the bottle. It's even cooler if you put it in the freezer because you see it like frost up. Like, it is so dope. But this is one of those fragrances like, I wish I would have got the original. Intense, it is definitely intense. Like, to me on paper, this smelled so much better than the original. Like the flanker, I mean, it was just bomb. I'm like, I gotta get this. Got it. In the summertime, mind you, start wearing it in the summertime. Killed myself. This thing is piercing. Like, it is in your face. Oh my God. Of course, aquatic notes. Some musk, maybe some patchouli in there. You get something really, really earthy, but it's pungent. Like, maybe there's sage in here too, because sage does that to me. You know what? Actually, let's take a look. So the main accords are aromatic, citrus, marine. Top notes are grapefruit and mandarin orange. Middle notes are seawater and juniper. Base notes are amberwood and musk. So it must be the musk and the grapefruit. Like, to me, grapefruit has like this alcohol sugar vibe to it, which I mean, it's just pretty much, you know, the sour citrus that I pick up. But yeah, that has to be it, man, because this thing is kind of piercing. I wouldn't recommend anybody wearing this in the summer unless it's like a cool summer, but this is definitely a spring fragrance. Only experience I really had with this that I can highlight is that when I wore it to work one day, one chick said she was gonna buy it for her boyfriend, but she said when she went to go buy it for her boyfriend, she ended up buying a Ralph Lauren fragrance because the sales rep told her that this wasn't a really good one. I don't know why, but it is piercing, but it is fresh, it is grapefruity, it is aquatic in a way, but it's not aquatic, I guess, as you say here, like it's seawater. So you do get the sea notes. Maybe it's the salt, maybe it's like the marine vibe to it, maybe it's even seaweed. Maybe there's seaweed in here, and it's not mentioned, but maybe there's seaweed. Because it does give me like Armani's Absolute Instinct vibe in the opening. It gives me that opening. Yeah, it gives me that opening. Juniper I really don't get. Like, to me, that's like a powdery freshness. I don't get that at all. But yeah, if you want to smell like the ocean, or you want to smell like marine life, like, you know, I don't know, where they keep like eels and shark and dolphins and stuff like that, this is the way to go. But I think it's a compliment getter. It has the potential. But check it out, man. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. So right after this fragrance, I kind of got tired of the recommendations. You know, I was just like, man, I'm tired of buying these fragrances and me not liking them the way I thought I would like them. or liking them the way that they were described. So I was like, well, let me get into some fragrances that I don't see anyone talking about. And boom, Paris Hilton For Him, or for men. Yeah, you can't really see that. But y'all, listen, I spent a good penny on Dolce & Gabbana light blue and tins, and not a good penny on Versace Man Eau Fraiche, but you get what I'm saying when I say I spent some coin on it. But for $12, bro, this outbeats them both in my opinion. You get, talk about juniper berries. I don't even have to look and know there's juniper berries in here. The powderiness of it. It's just fruity. It's citrus. Now, what I mean, the difference between fruity and citrus, like to me, fruity is like when you walk down the fruit aisle of a grocery store and all the fruits hit you. Citrus is almost like, you know, you're literally picking up an orange or a grapefruit, you know, if that makes sense to you. But guys, juniper berries is the main player in this bad boy. Cucumber too. You definitely get the cucumber. That's the first thing that you're gonna get is the cucumber. This is just lovely, bro. Every time I've worn this, I've gotten a compliment. It doesn't project well. It doesn't last long either. So you're gonna wanna get this on, like, put this on during like Netflix and chill, or just hanging out, man. Or you're trying to impress that girl, this is the way to go. As you can see, there's a little dent here too. There's dents in all my blue fragrances now that I mentioned, but again, I live in Arizona. So, but yeah, man, this is a lady killer, I promise you. I'm not gonna say the panty droppers and, you know, top 10 sexiest fragrances. I mean, but it's gonna do its job. It's pleasant. It smells like an aisle of a grocery store, and it's not synthetic. You heard me use that word with a couple of these fragrances. I don't get synthetic in this at all. Although some will say they smell it elsewhere. You know, it does smell like laundry. It smells like clean laundry, man. It is just good. If you haven't gotten your nose on it, get your nose on it, man. You're going to be happy. So like I said, after buying all the popular fragrances, I start going backwards and went for the fragrances that I didn't see in any collections, and that was this. And I'm so glad I got this bad boy, y'all. Oh, it is delicious. Next are two fragrances that are from the same house. Actually, 3 of these fragrances are from the same house, but I got a little bit of money for Christmas and I was just like, I want that so bad. So when it came to Versace Man Eau Fraiche, a little story about that. I blind bought it, like I told you, but then I actually went into Sephora, started smelling their Versace fragrances, and I was like, Versace Man Eau Fraiche is probably the least that I liked. And then around that time, you start seeing the comparisons with Bleu de Chanel, and that's going to be no other than Versace Dylan Blue. I mean, simple. I know a lot of you reviewers out there are going to be so mad the way people subscribe this, but it just smells like laundry with, what's the word I'm looking for? Or what's the note I'm looking for? Oh God, it's gonna bother me now. Like, I'm just sitting here like, you know what? I don't want to edit a whole lot in this video. Let's see. So I know a lot of people get mad the way he described this fragrance, but what can you say, man? Laundry detergent, ambroxan, bergamot, maybe some oak moss. Let's take a look. So top notes are Calabrian bergamot, grapefruit, water notes, and fig leaf. Middle notes are ambroxan, patchouli, black pepper, violet leaf, and papyrus. Base notes are incense, musk, tonka bean, and saffron. Okay. Okay, with reading the notes, I can say ambroxan and incense and grapefruit, but that's about it. It is nothing special. I don't think it's a wow factor, but I do think it's a manly blue fragrance you can reach for in any occasion. Like, I can be bored sitting in the house and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, what am I gonna wear? And I can look at everything and be like, this all day, every day if I wanted to. It serves you perfect. I mean, it's pretty, it sits in the collection nicely. It has common DNA with a lot of other fragrances. People will say that it is a common fragrance, that everybody owns it. Again, like I said, I rarely smell fragrances on people in Arizona. And if I do, I probably wouldn't even ask what they're wearing unless it smelled familiar. But yeah, moving on up in the blue collection, you got to get this bad boy, Dylan Blue. And then last but not least was the fragrance that I did another rant video on. Actually, go check that out. But I just had to have it, and I got so tired of like reviewers telling me what to buy and what not to buy. So a lot of reviewers would say, oh, it's childish, it's played out, it's just a vanilla bomb, you know, people only wear it to the club. But man, it spoke so much more to me though, and that's Versace Eros. Yeah, vanilla. But you know what? You get fruitiness, you get freshness from this bad boy. It's gonna last you all day. It's gonna project, everyone's gonna smell you. It's even minty, like I get mint in this fragrance as well. I remember I was so jealous one day is that I used to have fragrances sent to my job, right? And all the guys would see it and I would ask the guys like, what do you wear? Bring it on in. I got a shipment coming in. Well, whatever, we'll compare them. My boy AJ had this and I forgot which fragrance I had. I can't remember, but we're going on down the line, spraying it, you know, on Post-it notes because we don't have, you know, tester strips. So we're spraying them on the notes and we're passing them around, and everybody just loved this, man. I was so jealous. I'm like, dude, I just spent like $80 on this one fragrance, and here's the fragrance that everyone's saying is young, immature, and played out, is getting the most compliments, and no one heard about it. So I'm like, wait a minute, you guys don't know this fragrance? I'm being told that everybody wears it, everybody already owns it. That's not the case. Now, he was a younger gentleman, but I never forget, sprayed it on my fingers, and I'm walking through the office, I'm coming back in the door, and one lady stops me and she goes, you just smell edible. Bro, I had to get this in the collection. I wore it to a birthday party. Everybody wanted to be around me, even though they didn't compliment me. I knew it was the fragrance. I was even asked, yeah, an older lady actually, she was like, had to be 50, asked me what I was wearing and that she might get it for her husband. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the video here, y'all. I don't want to waste any more of your time, but I do want to leave you with a lesson. When you watch these reviews or you're looking at a fragrance, make sure you only use reviewers as a guide. I can't stress that anymore. Like, don't buy it off a recommendation. Just because they say they like it, just because they mention it in the list, doesn't mean it's good. A lot of them have hidden agendas, to be totally honest with you. Everybody does. You know, when you're watching TV and that pill commercial comes on, make sure you take this. It's new, it's innovative. No, it's not. That medication is killing everybody, and they paid somebody off, and they were paid for that ad. Simple as that. And do you think the people who made that ad actually care about who's buying the product? No, they don't. So just remember that when you're watching these lists and these videos, is there an ulterior motive? Are they a hobbyist? Are they an influencer? Who knows? Are they in marketing? Are they in advertising? You got to think about that, man. And it's all about feeling the vibe. It's all about the tribe, right? You're going to link up with people who are just like you. So just remember that when you're buying fragrances. Are you gonna buy a fragrance based off a 50-year-old balding white male? Probably not. If you are a black male in their 20s. Are you gonna listen to a black male who's 60 and ain't got no teeth in his mouth? Probably not. Because you two got demographics if you're a young white male with all his teeth. Does that make sense? Scent is objective. We need to stop actually listening to other people and start smelling these fragrances first. I know we're in a rush to collect them all and we're all on a fragrance journey, but you do not need to have every single fragrance out there known to man. This is not Pokemon. Buy what you love and enjoy your fragrances. I can't stress that enough, because now you're gonna have all these fragrances and you can't even enjoy them. Like, as I've shown you, I have dents in quite a few of these fragrances, and a few of these fragrances would probably be emptied if I actually enjoyed what I loved. Simple as that, man. But with that being said, enjoy your journey. Make sure you do all the YouTube stuff, man. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave me a comment. Make sure you share the video. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. With that being said, peace and blessings.